Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now they try the right side here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Gun. Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12.
Detroit!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Room to run past midfield. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
Throwing is Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Gone. Detroit.
Back to throw here. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They get it to him running left. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. McCaffrey on the counter. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Shifts by him, finding some room at midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, to stay the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Detroit!
They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Detroit!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Gone!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Patriot! Gone!
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going, and being able to make a play on the football.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Here's Newton. And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions.
Detroit!
And here we go again. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to float this one deep right side. They've got his man complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
No. Check. Patriot! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Gun!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Lucky
Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A final shot before the break. Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That'll go as a loss of 5.
180.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They fake the give. Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Now they try the right side here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
And they'll run it here. A spin. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on fourth down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets their tail.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on fourth down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit. Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
180.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And incomplete here on third down.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded just inside the 30. Whoosh! A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And they're able to get the connection on a long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
McCaffrey following the penalty. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3rd and long. It's Newton. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Pretty move. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop him. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons add on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. Keeps him, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, Newton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
False start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
That's it. 180.
Again, Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. He's got daylight. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. You're set. 180.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Panthers do get a bit closer.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. Standing alone with a new NFL record, 32nd touchdown. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
180.
From the gun, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup at 34 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Set. 180.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington or Rex Grossman.
That's correct. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Over.
Now a handoff looking right. Look at the dance and the juke. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Leopard.
And they'll go on the ground. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
All right, now, lucky 56.
He's going to get it running right, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field here come the Panthers. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw on second down is Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Offense.
And that'll set him back 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun. Newton. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And he'll go down at the 28. 12 yards is the pickup there. And it'll bring up a second down. Throwing again is Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Newton throwing again. Fighting to stay upright. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gano the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Detroit! Gone!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.